If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. What's good, YouTube? I've been trying to cope on this exodius thing for a while, and this is the latest installment in that arc of my life, where we are now trying to combine the Machina package with the exodius concept. There's some interesting pieces of synergy, of course, Cyber Valley being a machine and being a card that we play in both decks. Also, just like the milling with the Raikou and the Trooper and the charge kind of goes well with all of that. And also Recurring Nightmare for Shunaros is like a whole other combo that can kind of fit together because also Exodius is a Recurring Nightmare target. So there's some potential pieces of synergy that I noticed here, and I decided to try out this build today. And we're going to be looking at a couple matches that I played. First off, we've got... this was a weird one. I was against like some... It was just like Machina, Geartown, aggro, machine, OTK. I'm not really sure how to describe it. But anyway, we both kind of just pass. I have a weird hand that's super reactive. I have Mind Control and also Fader. I don't really want to just summon Cyber Valley because that's quite often a very bad play, especially when your opponent's just got a full 6 cards. They probably have something to answer it pretty well. So we ripped that Sangan off the top, though. Very nice draw. Opponent just goes summon Cyber Dragon here after I opted not to set the Treacherous Trapple. I just decided to search a card trooper here. I don't know, it's like the best, just sort of generic, I don't know what to search, Sangan search. Also, it might help get Recurring Nightmare live, which is cool. Here we go for the Exodius combo, where we attack, send Wolf, use Econ, steal the Cyber Dragon. I think I maybe should have put Plague in here so we would have had a way to put Wolf back to the top if we happen to draw it. As like a side note, I think that might have been a good idea, but the deck was kind of cramped. So here they dust and we chain Treacherous just because I don't know what's coming. I decided to just say screw it. Let's fire the Treacherous. Here we go for Mindcon. They Compulse, which is like completely fine, of course. They're gonna have to resummon that thing, and now I decide to Valley draw 2 because we got this Fader. They Typhoon, we Typhoon, so we don't get them to pay the 2k, but we do get just a +1. They go for game here, but we have the Battle Fader to stay alive. However, this is a lot to take care of, and here we make a Colossal Misplay. Obviously, we should have just set Recurring Nightmare and Sangan, because I didn't even process how this was going to work. But yeah, the Fortress is going to end up targeting his Fortress, and then he gets to rip a card. So if we had just set them both first, we could have flipped up the Recurring Nightmare in main 2, and then just added back double Shunaros, and then had 2 more revives for the Fortress, and we'd have been golden. But we ended up screwing it up a bit, but it doesn't really matter because the opponent's hand is just completely dead. So they have to summon Fortress here, and I think, do we have lethal? No, I don't. So I just have to set Raikou. And then on this turn, we go Exodius, and then, like, unless they have Fader, they're just dead because we flip up the Raikou and we pop the Fortress, which causes us to discard our own Fortress, but we just attack with Exodius, send Wolf back to the graveyard, and hit in for game. So on to game number 2. Game number 2, we have a okay hands. I think we end up having to allure this away, though, and then something happens. We, like, mill the second Valley or something, and then our 1-for-1 is dead, and our Exodius is also gone because we banished it off Allure, so we can't set the 1-for-1 back up. So it just ends up being a brick that sits in our hand, which was a huge problem. So we draw into Cyber Dragon, though, which is amazing, right? Then we make Fortress, we go attack. I think I just decided to try and force out this back row, which gets used. Then we go for Brain into Valley, draw 2. I do decide to summon the Fortress in defense, but then we lose because of Cyber Dragon. Well, we didn't full on lose. Well, we did lose because he would have activated Geartown, tribute summon Golem attack for game, but yeah, I mean, I just figured we scoop it up at that point probably. Game 3, we're doing pretty good. He hits into a Gores. We go for the Card Trooper. We mill some stuff. We just decide to attack with everything, say screw it. Unfortunately, we didn't hit any Recurring Nightmare targets, but we also don't have Recurring Nightmare in our hand. We do have this annoying Wolf in our hand, though, which kind of ends up being, like, we don't really have a great fix to that. Just have to draw 1-for-1 because we don't have the Plague. So they go for, like, the worst Lightning Vortex ever. Hits our Sangan and our Trooper. We draw into a friggin' second Shunaros and a second Caius. I'm like, what the hell's going on? All right, we might as well just use our cards, go Sidra Caius, hit a back row. No, wait, we hit Book. He books my guy. Definitely better than hitting Compulse, because with Compulse, we would have had to pitch an end phase. So here he just hits over. We go Brain Control. He compulses back, but now he's just got 2 dead Gadgetrons in hand. Here he goes for terraforming. He should have gotten Mausoleum here, I think. Maybe he's just worried about randomly dying if he went too low or something, but we draw the third Shuneros, and at this point I'm like, oh my god, stop it. Why is this happening to me? He draws an Ancient Gear Golem, though, so that's just going to be the end of the game. I guess this was more like pure Ancient Gears. We never saw Beast or anything, though. Wow. All right, other match was against Blackwing. This player seemed like they were newer to the format here, because he like doesn't stack with Sirocco here, so I just popped the Sirocco. Unfortunately, I think we do just lose to Judgment Oppression, which is it was a combination of cards, to be sure. Here we go for Recurring Nightmare. Or no, we lose to Judgment Oppression Brain Control. That's how it all goes wrong. Although he had Book anyway for I think we top deck Cyber Valley and try to stay alive. But mainly just Judgment Oppression is what lost us this game, because we had the out, but he had the Solemn, so it was, yeah. All right, on to the next one. Game number 2. I think we ended up like siding out. What did I side out? Oh, it was something. Was it Cyber Valley? I think I might have sided out Cyber Valley. So here, yeah, as I said, this guy was like a newer player. He Ike attacks and doesn't realize that he has to target his own Cyber Dragon. So, yeah, we just randomly go Super Plus there. I mean, we were going to out the Sidra for free with Fortress anyway, I guess, but still, he just shouldn't have used the Icarus attack at all, though, is the main thing. Here, he hits over my guy. We pitch, summon Fortress, and then he colutes, which this situation would be better if it weren't for the fact that he had a Vayu Engrave randomly. So this means he's going to get just a free dude next turn, and Raikou is basically our only out to the big thing. Our set is Decree, so every trap he draws is dead at least. He decided to go Silver Winds, which is super weird. I didn't read this card, so I tried to hit over the Colute, but obviously that didn't work. Fortunately, we just have that Decree, so the Oppression's useless, and I think he hits over. Yeah, he kind of messed up this attack order too, maybe, because we just kill the Bora, then he hits into this, and then we kill the big guy, and now we're just looking for a top deck. We draw us another Raikou, it gets knocked, whatever, that's fine, so long as we draw literally anything. I think we draw Shuneros, then we pitch Shuneros, and at this point, Recurring Nightmare should be set up. Yes, it is. We just draw into Gores and attack for 25, go in for a game. So, yeah, pretty solid game number 2 here. And, our opponent did some questionable stuff. Nothing to be ashamed of or anything. Like I said, probably just a new player. Speaking of which, setting everything with no protection. He goes and then just, like, Icarus attack, killing his own card just out of Raikou. Like, the Raikou's only a 1-for-1. This is just so neg. That's like a 3-for-1, right? Or, no, it's a 2-for-1. No, it's a 3-for-1. It's Icarus and 2 of your cards for 1 Raikou. Or if you just hit into Raikou, it's a 1-for-1. So, like, yeah, just don't do that. I decided to switch everything attack. I could have gone Brain Control for game, but he, like, kind of telegraphed that he had Book of Moon by asking this question here. So I'm like, all right, well, the going for game plan isn't going to work. So I might as well hold on to my Brain Control then. I make a goofy play where I set Fader just because I, like, charged for Raikou, and I want him to think that the set is Raikou, but he just, like, he just summons Sure and attacks it. I guess maybe I should try these mind games on a different player. But we decide to we summon Card Trooper, summon Fortress, hit in. At this point, like, Sidra top deck is the only scary thing. Sidra top deck and then, like, don't attack into Gores. That's like the only vaguely scary thing that could happen, but it doesn't. He just draws a Colute, so now we mill with Trooper again. We attack, and he gets super low. He draws into Mirror Force, but the Mirror Force just eats a Mystical Space Typhoon, and we go in for a game. Unfortunately, I drew my Wolf again, but yeah. Overall, felt like I kind of just got lucky in these matches, or my opponents made mistakes and stuff. The deck felt super awkward, honestly. It felt worse than previous iterations, so I'm probably gonna drop this particular cope just forever. I think this is the last time I'm gonna play it, because I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I just feel like Recurring Nightmare is too weird, and even, like, barring that, Exodius is too weird. So except in, the degenerate frog combo thing that people play it in, it's definitely good in that. But in these other sorts of decks, I've been trying to jam it for like a year, and it hasn't been working out. So I think I'm officially retiring this one. I think I'm done with it. But yeah, as always, let me know what you thought in the comments section. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.